Hello, welcome back. Last time I had some fun with a clone potion down here. Still not gonna mess with this room, still haven't figured out what's going on, so I'm going to go here. A squad horn? Do I know anybody who could use that? Well, I guess I might think of somebody by the time I finish the room. Now, on the other hand, I could probably just leave it. Okay, so these secrets are like extra rooms for people he's not sure who to get a gift for. So yeah, like, there are not a huge amount of characters in DROD lore. I'm imagining it was probably a little bit of a stretch to come up with friends for Bithro for, like, gifts to give them. And probably it was too far to stretch to get to 12, but with 10 people, it's reasonable. That's my guess. Anyway, so big tunnel system here. Anyway, squad horn will give me a... Oh boy, I get to do setup before I do this. That's put him there, okay. I don't really remember this room, like, at all. There's a Wraithwing. Okay, so hang on. Before I just charge in and do stuff... That's going to close that door before the dude is placed. Close those... Open this so that there's a path in there. So yeah, this is the closest path. That's where he's gonna come from. I think I get to, like, sit here as controller and step on plates to change something or other. What's this about? Have it clear for my Bithro to... What? What? Huh? I don't know what's going on here. What? What is any of this? So if I step on this... So there are clearly several possible entry points, but there's only the one horn. Unless there's more I'm just not seeing. If I'd mess with some of these... He steps on that, which does this for some reason. So this is gonna have to be... open, so Bithro can go up here. There's a challenge scroll. Or some sort of scroll. What's it say? Just a friendly reminder, fire traps go off before green doors close. Good to know. So if the room is clear on the turn that this happens, then the orb will still be hit. And I won't be able to get out. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. Can I influence which entrance the clone uses? So I'm in another clone room, kinda. That certainly can't. Maybe if I, like... No, I can't bring anything to me. Oops, no, not that F key. This F key? That's the one. It seems important that someone enter there. That's the only way this arrow's turning off. Is it important that the clone gets out after this? Guard would die, Construct would die, Roach Queen would be freed. Okay, this is just for, like, monster manipulation. There is an exit there. What? So the only way you're ever getting here is if the clone spawns here, also all the monsters still have to be in place. Oh, this is interesting. So a west force arrow on an east tunnel prevents using the tunnel? Huh. If you're standing on it, but like if the arrow were there, it wouldn't care. That's an interesting little interaction. I'm not sure I've ever seen that before. I'm assuming that's what it does. It seems to be set up that way. So this will kill those and get access to this, letting her die on that. I mean, is that necessary? So stepping on any of these before I have blown the horn is gonna cause them to get out of their cages. I don't know if I have to like put them back in their cages or like put them in different cages or something. I'm not seeing any way to influence where this clone goes. It's going to end up there no matter what, right? Can't imagine how that would be false, but it sure is implied that I can influence it with all these different entrances here. That's gonna bug me if that's off. I know it's in that corner. I can see it. Okay, well, let's walk around and see what happens if I do. Can blow that up without anything happening. Probably don't want to. You can do stuff. So there's a queen there now. She's dead. There's a guard. He's dead. There's a construct. He's dead. There's still a wraithwing. Construct would need to die in a place where it won't be on that, so that this remains open. I mean, you can just sit there and do this, right? So obviously something is going to go wrong here. This is opened by that. Oh. Okay, that's a much more direct reason. Yes, so one of us needs to get out. This closes when the room's clear for some reason. Okay, I see. So this whole mechanism right here, where you step on that, this door opens, it also activates a fire trap which hits an orb which closes that door, is just so that there will, for half a turn, be a path from here to here, but at no other time. Then again, this toggles it for some reason, and I don't know why. Doesn't seem like that means anything, though. Okay, what? So I have to get in here. Somebody has to step here. The only possible... Alright, so I absolutely have to get the squad horn to spawn a dude there. Where is any control that I have that can affect where the squad horns thing will start? That hasn't affected it. Letting the construct come to me and like push the mirror a little bit. It's really gonna have no effect. But it does feel as though what I want to do in some capacity is to get like the construct to block off this path with a keg, or with a mirror, this path with a keg or something, so that somehow this path is open and all the others are closed? But how is that anything like that ever going to happen? I don't have manipulation tools from here other than just like doors in this little 3x3 area to play in. Construct's just gonna push the mirror where it feels like pushing the mirror. I feel like there's supposed to be a second squad horn in here that I'm not seeing, but there's just one, right? None under monsters. None anywhere else in my scan of the room. Wait a second. How did that turn off again? I turned it on. Did I turn it back off manually? I feel like it turned itself back off. The video will tell me. What? Like, here are the things I can interact with. I can't step here until I've blocked this, this, and this. So this closes all those. So if this space is blocked and this space is blocked and either like this one or any of those three, no, this one's no good. So it'd have to be this. Is there like a roach flood situation of some sort I'm supposed to do here, maybe? But that doesn't make any sense. Maybe I should try this room the other way first. There is a seeding beacon. So you'd step on that to reset it. Okay, so there's a powder keg very close to this. The only way that's going to push without Beethro actually being in here... Is there some way to get Beethro in here? No? No, there's not. Is there some way to make this spawn elsewhere? No, no, there's not. Let's make a... Oh, he died. And these have to be pressed down. What? What are you saying to me? Well, that's just permanent. I just don't have any tools to do anything here. Okay, let's press buttons randomly. Because that's all I can do. There aren't other things it seems like I can do. Okay, Roach Queen made it there, so that's interesting, I guess. Monsters don't block squad horns. Spawn paths. Did I ever solve this room? I want an answer to that. If I go, oops, back here, and I restore... I never solved this... Oh... I see, I never solved either of these rooms. No wonder this doesn't seem familiar. Okay, whoops, this is the wrong hold. Well then, there's more unsolved stuff here than I realized. Okay, so not only had I not solved the no pickaxe version of this old room, but I never did the secrets. Okay, we might be here for a while. Couple of episodes away from this LP being the third longest in terms of episodes, tied with Crosscode, which is probably going to land in second place by the time it's done. Yeah, this is just going to get longer. Okay, so what? Okay, I think this calls for some testing. So let's build... Oh no, my hold. I've been working on it. It's not quite published yet, but I can't show that yet. Spoilers from the music, there is a level that involves the city level style. Because I'm not going to blank out the audio. Okay, so let's learn some stuff. I don't believe monsters block squad horn spawn locations. But like if there were a bunch of roaches in here... I mean, I'm almost completely certain they don't. That's what I thought. So, I should almost just like copy that room and try placing some stuff in it or something. So let's see, they all have force arrows on them. There was this one weird little construct with like... It looked like... Where's... Okay, so it looked like this, and one of these, and one of these, I think. So he's going to want to go there. In order to prevent that, if I put a keg here, or let's say it's a mirror, that's probably what it'll be. Okay, so mirror there is enough. Mirror here would be sufficient. Okay. Here you couldn't get it. Alright, so one of these two locations is plenty for that. Really? Here is sufficient. Now hang on. That's interesting. The ortho square is considered, but I thought it wasn't. It is. Oh, of course. Okay, because it's smart about force arrows, it's also smart about ortho squares. So, squad mates are more intelligent than brains. They're not... They don't think they can walk diagonally through ortho squares. Okay, see? I learned something. This is going to be important. So, a guard's sword. Ouch. Guard's sword is legitimate obstacle. What if it's here like this? No. Okay, so it has to be actually on the tile. So guard's body and guard's sword not actually on the tile doesn't count. A monster's body, pretty sure would do it. Of course it would. How could he has nowhere to go. Okay, sure. Alright, so I don't have any more questions at the moment, but I'm sure I will have some soonish. This is the hold. This became a whole lot scarier when I learned that I had never actually solved it before. Although I've solved this before, I did, well, but the reason that this still remains unscary, even though I was stuck on it for two or 3 days, is that I know I can just go look at a demo. See, the thing is, I know I can just look at a demo for this too, because I have them. They're just not my demos, so I might not understand the steps. I want to understand. So yeah. Mirror or powder keg, here or here, would be fine. Construct rubble. Okay, there's a question. So we have guard, construct, roach queen, powder keg, mirror. There's no way you're ever going to get a guard sword here, here, or here. No matter what, pretty much. I mean, there could be room geometry specially purpose-built for that, but there isn't here. So, here's a question that I need to answer here. Am I truly confined to just this corridor? And since it seems like I am, what the heck do you want me to do about this? Because, like, I have no room to... So I am always... Okay, so monster behavior will always... There is nothing whatsoever I can do to make the monsters behave in any way that is not move toward the southeast corner of the chamber they're in. Bethrow is always to the southeast. So that's a reason that I can't lead a guard from here over here, because I can't go west. I don't have access to this tunnel network from here. The access to it comes from either this, which I guess you get on the no squad horn route. There is no either, that's the only access. Okay. I don't think this is relevant to doing this with the squad horn, at least not until I escape this chamber, and by the time I do that... I think the room's probably solved. So, this helps in a way. If I can safely assume the room is solvable on this route, which the hold administrative process exists to assure, then I can assume there is a way, with Bethrow here, to manipulate these monsters into doing something that will allow this squad horn to summon a dude there. So, when a monster is only moving toward the southeast, What kind of possible concept could have, for example, this construct push this mirror there? I can't... Yeah, I can't. So the mirror has to land here or here, like it can't be here. If it's there, then the horn just fails. Now hang on, can I get it there? No, because the construct will naturally push the mirror to the wall, then slide south along it, because I'm farther south than east, so it'll use vertical preference, and come on down there and just leave the mirror. The guard would walk down here and just shatter the mirror. Could the two of them walk down together? Maybe. Let's pretend that might be possible. Okay, for several reasons, no. First obvious reason, guard just burns himself there. So how would I get the guard to ever do anything? Okay, so here's my question. Is it even possible for this guard not to do anything at all, other than, if he exits this chamber, other than step on the hot tile and die? Feels very strongly like the answer is no. Until I can... Is it now? Good to know. Until I can have a friend somewhere in there. I mean, this is just presenting me with not just one impossibility, like several impossibilities all at once. I have to untangle all of these in order to make even one step forward, presumably to discover new impossibilities. Wow. Why is this hot tile here? I don't know. So hang on, do I understand this mechanism? I think so. Yeah, so observe. Open, open. The observable behavior of this door at Force Arrow is that it looks like it stays closed. But it opens in the middle of the turn, then closes again before the screen is redrawn. So you just get that partial turn, door open, then it closes, then this happens, then it closes again right away. So that's interesting, though. I think that means that Squad Horn spawned clones are placed immediately, whereas Clone Potion clones are actually placed at the beginning of next turn, like before Beathro's turn, so all of this processing would have fully happened by then. I'll bet there's at least one puzzle built around that. I'm not sure how you would do it, but I'll bet somebody has. If they haven't, please don't. Anyway, like, this is just, I have no controls. I can toggle some doors. Okay, so, since I observed, always southeast, I can just put the notion out of my mind that Beathro's position can affect anything, other than, like, when the guard gets about here, I can affect which sword wedge I'm in. Like, I can either be in this wedge, or, you know, this wedge. So either the south or the southeast zone. Except the guard will never get down there. Let's see, the way in which that... Okay, so hang on. I do actually see a way in which that could happen. Watch. My friend the Roachy Queenie. If this mirror weren't there. Okay, so hang on, hang on. Maybe I can solve several problems at once here. Construct does this. Roach Queen gets out. Door stops mirror from going anywhere else. Not that you need the door to stop it. It'll stop anyway. That Roach Queen's not gonna get far enough north. Maybe if she lays an egg there, in that little egg-laying spot. Okay, now hang on. I have something going here. Alright, if I let out the construct and just let him roam free, he doesn't do anything too problematic yet. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or you know what I could do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That won't get you through there, will it? Depends on move order. Yes, it will. Okay. That lets you proceed to the north. Doesn't help, though. I wanted you to land far enough north that you would lay some roach eggs that would result in a roach being here. On the turn, the guard wants to get through so that you'd be blocked. However, that's impossible for multiple reasons. He has a sword to his south. If there were a roach preparing to step on this hot tile, it would either be occupying... No, it would be occupying the place where his body would be. Well, no, hang on. So Roach will move first, then the guard. No, guards always move first, before other monsters. So many rules in this game. I have so many advanced rules in my head that I keep forgetting basic ones. That's happened like a lot of times over the course of this LP. So even getting the... I can get the Roach Queen up here, but she doesn't do what I want. Hold on, can I reclose this? Yes. Does that help me? Eventually there'll be a big queue of roaches there. Let's see what that does. Sufficiently large column of roaches here could actually wind up letting the construct push the mirror in a more friendly way. He would have to collide with something to his... Okay, so imagine this whole wall is made of roaches. A construct is pushing a mirror this way. So mirror collides with a roach here. The construct would have to collide with a roach right here on exactly the right turn, so he would slide to the east. Then continue along the solid roach wall all the way south to block this. That's how I would get a construct to place a mirror here. Hey, check it out, I'm making progress. So I know how to block this. However, I can't have this construct multitask that way. He's not going to, like, be able to push that mirror down, then just, like, cooperatively return to his pen, and then come back down here to push the powder keg into place here. The guard can, in theory, push the mirror if he turns his sword, but he's not going to do that. He's not going to be anywhere near where that mirror would be. Okay, so hang on. So with these roaches, let's make a huge roach flood. Roach flood is limited by this hot tile. Perhaps that's one purpose for it. If I fill up the entire room with roaches, as much as it will, it's done. Then release the guard. What does he do? He dies in the hot tile, as always. There's no timing I can use here to make him just, like, not die somehow, right? Right. Because again, a roach will either slide along this in here, meaning it would need to occupy the space where his sword is this turn, or it will diagonal through here, which would mean it would need to occupy the space where his body is. Is there like a temporal split point in this room that I'm not seeing or something? It's like this construct has to do 3 different jobs. Well, I was going to say one of his jobs is to put his body there so the guard can slide along, but that's no good. Then my clone couldn't make it in here. So not that. Could the mirror go here? I mean, not unless you push it north. What are my blocking objects? I have the powder keg, I have the mirror, I have the construct rubble. Right, that was a question that I wanted to answer a minute ago. Construct rubble. Are you good enough to block that? I suspect the answer is yes, but let's make sure. Construct, where are you? Oops, one will do. Yes, construct rubble definitely is a blocking obstacle for that. Okay, that's good. I'm not going to get anywhere in this room today. I mean, okay, so hang on. Let me at least prove that I can indeed put the mirror here. So let's figure out how to do that. I guess the first thing I have to do, I have to leave the construct there, so the first thing I have to do is release the Roach Queen. I'll let her sit there. There's some weird stuff with like how that door is going to end up toggling. Timing here is real specific. And also, like, there's all this weird management I'm going to have to do with, like, toggling these doors. Let's get... Okay, so all those roaches are there. So you just have to fill them in up here. What? This isn't right. This won't work at all. Wrong number of roaches. Because here's what's going to happen. Get these two dudes right here doing that. So I probably need... Alright, so... Fine. 2 roaches fewer. Still haven't solved the problem where, like, I need a northward blockage from the construct southward. He needs to slide horizontally, so I don't know how I'm going to pull that off yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wrong one. Also wrong. 8? Well, yeah, I can have you sit there for a moment and then do... So it's 3 either of those ways. Ugh. No, not the guard. What? Well, now hold up. So, what if... Let's try something different here. What if I create a little roach holding pen? That gives me different controls over the number of roaches. What will that look like if I release them all at once like this? A big horrible mess that doesn't do anything like what I want at all. Not even close. Yeah, this jerk winds up there. That's no good. Other option. 2 columns of roaches. That is definitely an option. So let's say I did that. Does this work any better for giving the construct the obstacle in the place where he needs it? Okay, well that's... Oh, actually yes. The Roach Queen is the south obstacle. Okay. So construct. Get your butt over here. There we go. Well, I did it. There we go. I made you appear there instead of there. Okay. I mean, technically it's progress. Oh. Also, that shows me... Hang on, now hold. Check it out. I can clear these... No, I can't clear the roaches out. Never mind. Just turn off with that. So once you're gone, then I can let the roaches in and do some stuff, but... so what? nothing matters because it's not like I can clog up these two spaces. And check it out, I'm out of... So mirror here, powder keg here, seems to be the suggested way. What here? Guard sword is not going to happen. I cannot make enough roaches. Oh, also, okay, so hang on. So I wanted to, one thing I wanted to do is to close off that construct spot so you can keep laying roach eggs. Not that it'll help me, but I can pretend. At least then that's a tool that I, oh hey! So hold on, I make another observation here actually. If I time this perfectly, I'm gonna put a roach egg there. So, with respect to construct timing, that means that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 17. Okay. So, great. So what? Why do I care about that? Why have I done this? I mean, this is no better than just having the queen there, is it? Well, now she's making 2 at a time instead of 3, which seems worse for roach flood purposes. None of this can ever amount to anything, though. That's as full as it gets, and nothing about any of that prevents this dude from spawning in any direction. He doesn't even care where his sword is. How exciting. Well, I may have done one step of this room. Get mirror there. Rest of the steps still look very impossible, because, like, I used so many tools to do that. Roach Queen went there, removing any possibility of controlling her position beyond that. Construct went there, removing any possibility of controlling his position beyond that. I'm not going to have... Okay, right, so potential blockers. Guard sword directly on an arrow. Cannot fathom how that could ever happen. Mirror. Great. I got the mirror there successfully. Powder keg. This would have to move from here to here. There's definitely no way the construct's going to push both the mirror and the powder keg, right? So, like, the thing about a roach flood here, if not for this stopping up the flood, and, like, if I could get a queen up here, like, hypothetically, and also the guard sword's orientation. Anyway, hypothetically, if I wanted a guard to the south, like, he could slide slightly along a roach thingy. Like, can I demonstrate this somehow? So I'm gonna be a B throw down here. There'll be a guard. Okay, yeah. So let's do. Actually, yeah. Let's do this. Well, okay, sure. So let's really contrive this. So we got force arrows here, a closed off passage here, with a guard in it. He'll face that way. I'll put this force arrow here to keep those in place. And then I'm a V-throw over here. Well, then the guard's just gonna slide along there anyway, so that means nothing. If there, he'll just... Well, that's a force arrow, so that'll affect his behavior anyway. Oops. But if I'm standing, like, here... See, he does do that slide to the left. And then he's in that column. But what if he has no reason to be other than that? He stays. How much sliding will you do, Mr. Guard? Oh, well, okay. Don't have that path. You have to go south. You have to go south. No. P-throw goes here. That level entrance is confusing me. In this extremely contrived situation, it still doesn't work. Why does he... Oh, as soon as he faces that way and makes a move like that. No? Is it the construct messing him up? Oh no, it's this diagonal here that he sees. Okay, so if this is taller... There we go. In this extremely contrived situation, I can use Roaches to push a guard west when he really wants to go east. I don't think that's really relevant to this, but it's the only thing I can think of. But I can't even contrive such a situation because there's this hot tile. And, oh, hold up. Yo, check it. I can change his behavior. Okay, I made a very important observation. That's how I get him past the force arrow. Stand on this so that there's a brain path to me. Oh, that changes everything. Okay. Why did you do that? Why did you voluntarily step onto a force arrow? Because you were surrounded by roaches. So if you're not surrounded by roaches... Well, okay, so open that. Do this. So now he won't step there. Well, roaches, really, roaches. You had to have that exact timing. There. Yes, that's what he wanted to do, but he was sliding, then making an unbrained move because none of his preferred brained moves were able to be successful. Alright, so I guess that's how you move a guard west. And then I'm actually in a zone where Bithra's position starts to matter. Okay, so looks like it's going to be some black magic with the guard and his path map so that he can, like, shuffle this mirror to where it needs to go. Oh, now he would only need... So notice, this powder keg would only need to move southwest by 1 tile. The mirror would only need to move northwest by 1 tile, so don't bring the mirror, like, all the heckin' way from up here to down here. While I did that successfully, that's the wrong thing to do. With 1 single guard sword turn, which won't happen, with 1 single guard back swipe. So I would need guard here, facing south, since that's the only direction I can make him face when he's all the way up here. Make him... Yeah. Okay, so imagine, like, a flow of roaches here. Yeah, so whole flood of roaches. Entire place is completely full. I can toggle his brains on and off with this. When unbrained, he'll just sort of come toward me mindlessly. I can brain him to move him west. Unbrain him to move him southish with roaches along this wall. Once he's slid down to the perfect position, I rebrain him. But why would he step this way if he were rebrained? Because this would be closed. That's why I can close this. So I would unbrain him to move him down here, close this so that the most appealing path goes through there. He'd make a northwest step and put the mirror there. Okay, so I know how to block this with a mirror. I mean, assuming I could ever make that work. I know a way that probably in theory might be possible to get the mirror here. So that's how I get a northwest move out of that. So Construct has a relatively simpler job. He's the only one who can push the keg, so he would need a roach wall here, or maybe a guard helping him or something. And then push the keg there. Then the keg needs obstruction here, so there'd have to be something there, probably a roach. That Construct would end up there. This is a Construct cup. I see. The guard would walk around and end up in this area. But then the question remains, what blocks this? See, I would say it needs to be Construct Rubble with the Construct stabbed by the guard, but if the Construct is stuck in the cup, he's not going to come through here. If he's pushing the powder keg here, he's not going to come through here. If he's pushing the powder keg at all, he needs to already be in there. So that would leave only guard sword over top of an arrow. The guard would be down here by now and can't get his sword all the way there. Guard sword in the hallway leading to that is not enough. It has to literally be over the exit. I can't manually stab anything here until this goes away, and that doesn't go away until I blow the horn. And I can't blow the horn until all three of these are blocked. Okay. At least this room has communicated its concept to me. This seems like a pretty severe impossibility. But like I said, I was presented with several of those at the start, and they're starting to unravel and look less impossible than before. What are the limits of a construct's adaptive movement? I think they're pretty limited, right? Like if I'm here, right, if there's a he's not like a goblin who could, okay, so watch this. I'm gonna stand here-ish. Yeah, let's stand like all the way down there. A goblin would make it. A construct would not, right? Construct, where are you? If I stand in this spot, goblin makes it, construct doesn't. He just sits there until I get within a column of him. Then he'll sidestep once and just sit there. That's what I thought. So while I found a way to get westward movement out of the guard... What an incredibly complicated little puzzle box. This is kinda nuts. Kinda? Not kinda. While I found a way to get westward, in fact even northwestward movement out of the guard, directly away from Bithro, at least in theory, haven't found a way to get any such thing out of the construct. So right, I have this contradiction. No, I don't. This doesn't push diagonally, this pushes orthogonally. Check it out, I solved it. Construct doesn't have a roach wall here. He slides along this wall. There's already a mirror here. There's a blockage here, like this gets replaced with a roach. Mirror goes there. Construct slides this way, pushes that south once, has an open space here, and steps through here. There's enough roaches here that he ends up in this spot. Then the guard, who's pathing through here, comes here and stabs him, creating my third blockage. Okay, so that's where the pieces go. Mirror here, pushed by guard. Powder keg here, pushed by construct. Construct rubble here, stabbed by guard. Roach Queen creates the walls that make that all possible. That is the concept. Good luck making it happen. Alright, so future Alex, in 2 days, listen back to what you just said, and then go on a mission to make at least some of those things become reality. I wonder if the room is done by the time I do that. Got a Wraithwing in suspiciously open space that I'm gonna have to kill. That's why this mechanism, this is for trapping the Wraithwing on, then stabbing him on the same turn. killing a Wraithwing when I have a clone is no problem. The Wraithwing is only a puzzle when I don't have a clone, because I can just attract him to some place and then be able to stab him, so that's no problem. Killing the Wraithwing will be the entire puzzle on the other route. Now, I do actually still have an additional issue of holding these down. But you know what? That's a problem for another day. I think there might just be enough roaches to be able to do it. The construct can come back. The Roach Queen will still be alive somewhere, probably. Okay, well, that's the mission. Alright. I'm terrified. I'll see you next time.